I live in Dallas, Texas, and for most of my life, I was focused on my career. At 40, I was still unmarried, and sometimes I wondered if love had simply skipped my life. One summer, a 20-year-old Pakistani boy named Adil came to work at my house. He was quiet, respectful, and always helpful, fixing things, carrying groceries, and even reminding me to eat when I skipped meals. At first, I thought he was just being kind, just doing his job. But one evening, everything changed. I had just stepped out of the shower, wrapped in a towel, when I suddenly noticed him standing in the hallway. His eyes caught mine for a brief second before he quickly looked down, apologizing. But then, in a trembling voice, he whispered, I care about you. I think I'm in love with you." My heart skipped a beat. For a moment, the world went silent. Here was this young man, 20 years my junior, confessing something I never expected to hear. Days passed, and I found myself looking at him differently. He wasn't just a worker in my house. He made me laugh, listened to me when I spoke, and treated me with a gentleness I had never known. Against every rule of logic, my heart began to beat faster whenever he was near. One night, while we were sitting in the living room, he said, "You think I'm too young to understand love. But sometimes, love doesn't care about age. It just happens." I felt my walls breaking. I wanted to trust him. I wanted to believe in the possibility of love again. But just when I thought I had found something real, the suspense unfolded. The next morning, I received an anonymous letter at my doorstep. The letter said, "Be careful. The boy is hiding something. He didn't come here by chance." My hands shook as I read the words. Was his love genuine, or was there a secret I wasn't supposed to know? I couldn't sleep that night. The letter's words haunted me. Be careful. The boy is hiding something. The next morning, when I saw Adil preparing breakfast in the kitchen, he smiled as if nothing was wrong. His kindness was real, or at least it felt real. But a seed of doubt had already been planted in my heart. Still, I couldn't deny what I felt. When he handed me a cup of coffee, his hand brushed mine. My heart raced like it hadn't in years. The way he looked at me, with pure admiration in his eyes, made me forget everything: the age difference, the doubts, the rules. That evening, we sat together in the backyard. Fireflies danced in the air, and for the first time in a long while, I felt young again. Adil leaned closer and whispered, "You make me feel like I belong. I don't want to hide my feelings anymore." His words melted me, and for a moment, I allowed myself to believe in love again. But just as I was about to confess my feelings too, my phone buzzed. Another message appeared. "If you really trust him, ask him about his past. Ask him why he came to your house." I froze. My smile faded. I looked at Adil, who was staring at me with those gentle brown eyes, completely unaware of the storm raging inside me. Was he really here for love? Or was there a truth he was keeping hidden? I knew I had to find out. That night, I couldn't stop staring at Adil. Every smile, every kind gesture now carried a shadow of doubt. Finally, I gathered the courage and asked him, "Adil, why did you really come here? Was it just for work or something more?" For the first time, his eyes wavered. He set down his glass of water and looked away, his voice low. "There are things about me you don't know. Things I never wanted to burden you with." My heart sank. "What things?" He hesitated, then pulled a small leather wallet from his pocket. Inside was a photograph, a younger boy, maybe 15, with the same brown eyes as his. "This is my younger brother," he whispered. "He's sick. I came to the US not just to earn money but because I had to find someone who could help save him." Tears stung my eyes. His secret wasn't betrayal, it was sacrifice. The mysterious letters, however, still haunted me. But then, who's been sending these warnings? I asked. Adil's face turned pale. He stood up suddenly, scanning the yard. "Because someone doesn't want me here," he said firmly. "And they'll do anything to keep us apart." Before I could reply, headlights flashed across the driveway. A black car pulled up slowly, its engine humming in the silence. Adil grabbed my hand, his grip trembling. It's them, he whispered. I never wanted you to be in danger. My chest tightened. Love had finally found me after 40 years, but now it carried a price. I didn't know if this was the beginning of something beautiful or the start of a nightmare. And in that moment, I realized this story wasn't just about love. The black car stopped at the edge of the driveway. My pulse quickened as two men stepped out, dressed in dark coats, their faces unreadable in the shadows. Adil's hand tightened around mine. We have to leave. Now. His voice was urgent, almost breaking. But I pulled back. Adil, I need the truth. Who are they? Why are they after you? His eyes glistened under the porch light. They're connected to the people I borrowed money from to save my brother. I thought I could work and repay them quietly. But when they saw how close we'd become, they realized you were my weakness. My heart pounded. Love had made me feel alive again. But now it was dragging me into danger I had never imagined. The men approached slowly. One of them called out, his voice sharp. Adil, your time is up. You know the deal. Adil stepped forward protectively, shielding me with his body. She has nothing to do with this. Take me, but leave her out of it. Tears blurred my vision. I had spent years waiting for love, only to find it wrapped in fear and sacrifice. In that moment, I realized the depth of his heart. He was willing to give up everything for me. But just as the men reached the porch, flashing red and blue lights cut through the darkness. Police cars pulled in, sirens screaming. The mysterious letters, they hadn't been threats. Someone had been trying to protect me all along. The men were handcuffed, dragged away. Adil stood trembling, relief washing over his face. I touched his hand softly. You risked everything for me and for love. He looked into my eyes. No, I found everything in you. And under the Texas night sky, I knew this wasn't just the end of danger. It was the beginning of a love I never thought I'd find. It was about survival.